Welcome to Highly Questionable. Congratulations on making it to Friday. I'm Bomani Jones. This is Papi. Frank Isola. What's on the show today?
Yeah, Bomani's going to explain to us how come Sidney Crosby can use P.K. Subban's head to break ice. You're allowed to do that?
I'm going to do that? Okay, let's go.
How confident are you that the Warriors will sweep the Cavs tonight?
I mean, as someone who does television on sports for a living, I'd like another win so we can manufacture some content to take us into next week. But the Cavs are a 6-point underdog at home. Nobody's confident that they're going to win the game. I just want to see if it gets a little contentious out there because it seems the Cavs figured out that Steph Curry was mimicking taking a stinky on their court. And I feel like that's worth a hard foul, starting Dante Jones maybe.
Of course, the Golden State Warriors want to win in Cleveland because, A, they remember that the Cavs won in Oakland last year, and then on Halloween, remember, they were mocking the Golden State Warriors for blowing that 3-1 lead. But when I look into my crystal ball, I see Kevin Durant hugging his mother Wanda. I see the Larry O'Brien trophy in one hand, the Bill Russell MVP trophy in the other hand. But I see it in a Game 5. I think somehow, some way, LeBron will get it done. He's going to need to play a little bit better down the stretch. Bomani made a big deal of that 149 that they played without him in the first quarter when they got outscored 12-0. Well, guess what? With LeBron on the court in the final 245, they got outscored 11-0.
Why you got to bring up old stuff?
I think that the key to success is for LeBron and Kyrie Irving to play 50 minutes a game and to go fast, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, so to really get the Warriors' defense off base. You know what I mean? That's going to be the key.
Very delicately, he's trying to kill LeBron. Like, that's what that is right there.
Are you buying Draymond Green's spin that his suspension put the Warriors in this position?
Oh, you understand this logic. Draymond Green offered it to Zach Lowe of ESPN. Basically, the Warriors did not win last year in the finals, so they felt like they had to go and get Kevin Durant, and now they have this great team. Draymond also said some interesting things about how he put it on himself that they lost last year, but didn't fully regret it, even though he puts it on himself. It's a very strange thing. The only thing for me is this. Golden State was going to try to get Kevin Durant anyway, even if they'd won a championship. Their options were bring back Harrison Barnes, go get Kevin Durant. They don't like Harrison Barnes that much.
Yeah, and going all the way back to February, as the Golden State Warriors were winning 73 games, we were hearing all about that Kevin Durant might end up in Golden State. So on the one hand, Draymond Green blames himself that they lost, but he wants to say, you know what, give me credit for us getting the greatest consolation prize in the history of the NBA, Kevin Durant. The word was that after they lost Game 7, it wasn't the parking lot. He was texting Durant from the locker room. We need you. And guess what? Less than a few weeks later, Kevin Durant, a member of the Golden State Warriors.
Well, Draymond, if you really want to provide inspiration for next year, get ejected from tonight's game and then lose 4 in a row. Then you're going to see a lot of inspiration.
That's his logic.
It would make this show a lot better, by the way. Like, I mean, we're being totally selfish about this, but if the Warriors want to lose like 2, maybe 3 of these, I'll send them a card.
Was Sidney Crosby out of line for pounding P.K. Subban's head into the eyes?
So glad to have Frank Isola here. It helps to have somebody who watches hockey in their recreational time to help us figure out if this is a violation of one of the little unwritten rules that they got over there. Because to me, I look at it and I don't see a lot of ways that is okay. Right? Now, both players wound up getting minor penalties after this, but it came after Subban, after he got out of this, hit Crosby a couple of times. Frank, you got anything? That doesn't seem appropriate.
The referee is standing right there. Both players got a minor penalty, 2 minutes each. How does Sidney Crosby not get 4 minutes for that? So they're both off the ice, and guess what happens? As Subban and Crosby are off the ice, Pittsburgh scores again to make it 3-0. It should have been a power play for Nashville. And then later on in the game, Sidney Crosby throws his water bottle on the ice and doesn't get a penalty. It's nice to be Sidney Crosby, who, by the way, actually played pretty well last night.
Actually, show that clip again with that official standing right there, because I think one of the more underrated parts of this, I had no idea that Mike Milbury, in between periods, does the broadcast, and during the game, he stands there and watches P.K. Subban get pummeled. I had no clue.
Mike Milbury said that P.K. Subban is a clown about a month ago. He said he needs a tap in the head. Sidney Crosby, I counted, I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4 taps in the head.
And last night, Milbury said he had it coming.
Well, Frank, you sound like you watched the game last night. Didn't you have better things to do in South Beach? No? Wow.
He's doing it wrong.
are things going to end badly between David Price and the Red Sox?
I mean, let's be honest about this. When David Price signed that $200 million contract for $30 million per year with the Red Sox, did any of you think that it was going to go well? It generally doesn't go well when you sign 30-year-old starting pitchers. But now we've got this thing with Price, who, by the way, last year said he had his own fans throwing racial slurs at him from the crowd. Now, this year he's reached a point where he's told the media he's only going to talk to them on days he pitches, and had a F them all tirade just a couple days ago. And then he gets pounded by the Yankees. I mean, it can't get worse, right? Maybe it gets better. Does it end well? Nah.
Hey, Chris Sale doesn't talk to the media except on days that he's pitching. Of course, that's after the game is over. If I'm David Price, don't put too much energy into a war with the media. We've seen athletes do this a lot, and it ends up costing you in the end. But you know what? 5 days ago, he pitched pretty well against the Orioles, but he has no success against the Yankees. His ERA the last 2 seasons with the Red Sox, over 8 a game. And let's remember, he's also the same guy that gave up hit number 3,000 to the one and only Derek Jeter.
We also can't forget this. It's been about 9 years since he's been any good in the postseason, right? Like, no matter what he does now, let that come back up again, and you tell me how it goes.
Hey, David, let me tell you something. I work with the media every day, you know. Don't pay any attention to them. They're a bunch of clowns, you know.
He's got a good point. Why pay attention to the media? This guy? Media.
Does the United States finally have an international soccer star in Christian Pulisic?
Boy, I'm so glad to have Frank Isola here as he watches soccer at his recreational time. He could probably pronounce this dude's name because I have no idea if he said it right.
He did.
This much I know. For the U.S. men's national team, their last 8 goals have either been scored or assisted on by this particular gentleman at the age of 18. I don't know if we have an international soccer star, but at the very least, you've got your next United States soccer star, which is a good start.
Hey, Bomani's absolutely paying attention. Last night, both goals against Trinidad and Tobago in a World Cup qualifier. The first one here. This is a thing, Bomani. Unbelievable instincts. The second finish was even better. You know, he plays in Germany for a top club, Dortmund. He's only 18 years old. He is our best soccer player at 18. Think about that. That includes everybody. So we don't have our best baseball player is an 18. Our best basketball player is an 18, even though LeVar Ball probably thinks that Lonzo Ball is the best 18-year-old right now. This kid has been trained at a young age. He went to an academy over in Barcelona. He's the real deal.
Yeah.
Wait, Frank. You're telling me that you're in Miami and last night you watched hockey and soccer?
That's what Dan told me to do.
Well,
Stay inside and watch TV.
What a loser in South Beach, you know.
Bobby was at Tussie's.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
Gronk FaceTimes you while you're performing. That's actually happened. Do you pick up the phone? Do you just let it go just let it keep ringing? What do you do?
I know Gronk about to go to training. He about to go for training. So I know it's them last moments, them turn-up moments that he missing. You know what I'm saying?
Highly Questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time for one of my mischievous interview medleys.
Yeah, they're certainly not mischievous, except when the dudes say funny stuff. But anyway, it's a collection of highlights from our best interviews. Enjoy.
Can you put us on the Gronk boat there? Weren't there all sorts of things that went wrong on the Gronk boat? There was a prank involving the bathroom that went wrong. What was happening on the Gronk boat while you were on the Gronk boat?
You know how it go, man. When they say Gronk boat or Waka Flocka or somebody there, they just always blame the two noticeable people. But, you know, that boat, man, that was just epic. You know, we don't talk about what happened on a Gronk cruise, man. That's how you get banded. That's how you don't get to come back for part 2.
You just told us before we started here that you didn't have any secrets, and then you come and tell us that you got secrets, Waka Flocka.
You did tell us right before we started. No secrets.
That ain't a secret. That's something that you know. When you get on the Gronk cruise, you know not to talk about it. That's life. It's like hanging with your boys. You don't come home and tell your wife what you did with your boys on your trip. Not trying to say you did nothing, but that's between you and your boys.
Gronk FaceTimes you while you're performing. That's actually happened. Do you pick up the phone? Do you just let it just let it keep ringing? What do you do?
I know Gronk about to go to training. He about to go for training. So I know it's them last moments, them turn-up moments that he missing. You know what I'm saying? Because when Gronk going to training, he a different person. I'm not gonna lie. It's no, yo, Gronk, let's go hang out. Nah, it's none of that. It's straight. Yo, you wanna go work out with me? Yo, you wanna go run some laps? Yo, I'm like, hell no, I don't want to run no laps. So it's like, you know how I go, man. I got to show him what it looked like after training and after the season. He do it like probably every week. He'll do it every week just to get back in that mode.
What are you proud of yourself for overcoming? Is there anything in your past that required you to summon a strength that you maybe didn't know you had?
I'm proud of myself for, chasing my dreams at such a young age. I think that's definitely what I'm most proud for because, a lot of people are, scared to take certain risks. And, me, I wasn't. Right out the gate, I went right for it. And I think that's what I'm definitely most proud of.
Did you have a plan B?
My plan B was to reinforce plan A.
Okay, so no is the answer to that question. There was a plan A and there was a sub-branch to plan A, but there was no plan B.
There was no plan B. There wasn't, yeah.
If I had gone back to you 12, 13, 14 years old and asked you, what are you going to be when you grow up? Would you have gone actor or would you have gone hip-hop artist?
It's interesting you say that because at 12, 13, I was embarrassed to say that I wanted to be a rapper. Just because, I thought that it was such a degrading, title or occupation. And, the way I was raised is I was always in the smartest classes and everything. So I just thought that people wouldn't take me serious or they just think that, I was better than that.
Well, what would change your mind about it?
It was just the fact that I wanted to do it and that I know that, the way that I would do it wouldn't be in a degrading manner, you know what I'm saying? Because when I was younger, a lot of the older people in my life just looked at rap as a thing that older kids wanted to do, but it wasn't really the right thing to do, you know what I mean? Because it degrades women, it talks about superficial things and, stuff like that. So that's kind of what made me, not really want to get into that lane because, I was never focused on those things.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
100% honest with you. These guys out here are absolutely the best athletes on earth. Wow. I don't care about the NBA Finals. I don't care about football.
And now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
Let's talk about power. To illustrate this, allow me to tell you a story about how I moved a tow truck 25 miles using only my index finger. I was stranded with a flat tire. I opened the Geico app. Then, with a few taps of my finger, I beckoned emergency roadside assistance and a tow truck to my car. I invite you all to unleash the full potential of your fingertips with the Geico app. Thank you.
Highly Questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that has had the best week of its life. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, and we question them.
Do you question if Jarvis Landry really taught this on Zachary?
To Zachary, I don't know who Zachary is, but we're going out to a football camp.
Zachary said he's going to get this one.
Oh! Got him! Zach hit him with the okie doke. Oh!
You punked him.
I told him that. Hold on a second. Somebody pick up Juice's shoes. Give it back to him. I told him that. We learned that.
At first I was going to say that he let the kid do it, right? Until I realized there was no celebration with the kid for doing it. All he came back with was excuses. He got legitimately fooled.
You know what? If I'm Jarvis Landry, I do what LeBron did when he got dunked on at his camp. He confiscated the tape. He didn't let it get out.
That's what you should have done. Come back out of the end of the field. All right, kids, gonna need all them phones. Let me get them. Hey, let me get your code, too. Put your thumb on there and turn it on.
Hand it over.
Well, that kid, he really looks like a Patriot wide receiver.
Oh, man, let's get a look at him. Let me see if I can get a look at some of this headiness. Look at this right here. You know what that is? That's knowing the game.
Oh.
With a little hint of grittiness and deceptive speed. By the way, that's the last time that young man, while playing football, will have a pass thrown to him ever.
Do you question this claim?
All right, we're going out to one of these long drive competitions. This is a gentleman named Maurice Allen who is at the tee. And I don't know about you, but I'm curious to see some things about golf and Maurice. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. All right.
10 yards better than that. Good numbers right there. See if he gets a big bounce and runs it out. That ball's really vaulting down.
That's pretty impressive, Maurice.
That is.
Yep. Don't act like you weren't wondering about this. And he got on them loud green pants. There we go. Now let's hear him after the event.
Be 100% honest with you. These guys out here are absolutely the best athletes on earth.
What?
I don't care about the NBA Finals. I don't care about football. These guys have been professional athletes and everything. Thank God that I got this win. Thank you, Lord, for the glory in that. Me personally, man, I'm just out here having fun.
The best athletes in the world, huh? Could he line some of these great athletes up alongside him just so we can check this out? Or somebody roll a basketball out there and just see what happens?
You want to see another one of the best athletes in the world?
Off the back tee, shoeless.
Oh, there's John Daly.
There we go.
With the cigarette in his mouth.
Down the left-hand side of the fairway.
Oh, there he is again. Yeah, yes, bathe the recovering alcoholic in the poison that ruined his life. That's how you celebrate America.
Time to play the game that hopes Dan's vacation is permanent. See? Or no?
You know how it works. You tell us what to watch on TV tonight. We tell you if we're intrigued or not.
Been here a week. He's telling you what you already know.
In Washington State, the Victoria Harbor Cats and the Wenatchee Apple Sox.
Now, this is interesting. This is a men's professional league, but the picture we're going to show you is Claire Eccles. She is a knuckleballer. A left-handed knuckleballer, too. And Wednesday was her first appearance. I am impressed. The only thing is, to watch a knuckleballer, you got to watch like 160 pitches half the time. Frank, are you intrigued?
I'm absolutely intrigued. So it's not just teach your sons, but your daughters to pitch left-handed and to throw the knuckleball. Well, actually, it's like this.
Okay. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, I mean, that it brings back old memories. You know, I tried to teach the knuckleball to Dan, but he was too fat. They kept hitting the ball out of the ballpark, you know, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. So, you know, I figured, you know, might as well stop. Never mind, Dan. Use whatever else you got, buddy.
Yes, all you have to do is become a wonderfully paid newspaper columnist.
True.
Saturday on NBC, the Belmont Stakes.
I was trying to remember if I was interested. That's trying to remember if the Kentucky Derby winner won the Preakness. And the fact that I had to try to remember tells you it didn't happen. Here's a preview video of the race. Oh!
Identify the horse.
I just want to know how long he did it before he got bored, because I imagine that tape goes on for minutes and minutes. Frank, are you intrigued?
You know what? I'm intrigued, even though no chance of a Triple Crown this year. But come on, it's 3 minutes out of your lousy day. Just watch the horse race. What's the big deal?
You sound like you have money on it. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. I'm telling you something. I have been following a horse by the name of Hollywood Handsome. You know, I'm telling you, that guy he's a real fast guy. He is 30-1, and the jockey's name is Florence Giroux. That's the one I'm picking to win it all.
There must not be a Latino within a 35-mile radius of this track if he picked the French guy.
Sacre bleu.
On ABC, Jimmy Kimmel Live.
All right, apparently Neymar was on Jimmy Kimmel Live. He plays the footy.
And for the Brazilian national team, he won an Olympic gold medal. He's only 25 years old, and he happens to be on our roof right now. Hold on, Neymar. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to score the first ever goal over Hollywood Boulevard from our building to the El Capitan to the Hollywood Highland Center all the way across the street. Do you think you can do that? Can you make it to the Hollywood and Highland Center?
I can.
Here we go. It is a little bit short. Whoa! Neymar. time. And here we go. It is a
They stopped traffic just to let this dude do this, apparently. That's when you're living a different kind of life. Frank, are you intrigued?
I'm intrigued, and I'm sure Barcelona, which is paying Neymar millions and millions of dollars, love that he's on a roof doing a gimmick trying to kick a ball into a net.
Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, I mean, that doesn't tell me anything about Neymar. That goalie was really bad. You know, the guy's about 3 miles away, and who couldn't stop a shot like that, you know, against the wind? Come on, give me a break.
He's also trying not to fall off that roof, you know.
There's that, too.
Cut us some slack.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for spending the week with us. Thanks for spending the week with us, Frank. We'll see you guys on Monday.
They'll see you Monday.
What are you going to do tonight, Frank? Watch bowling?
If it's on.